Jesus Christ. I've been my coughing, my life hasn't been where it needs to be right now. I know, lady.
But soon you could be to the moon.
Look at that, it got me coughing, hacking up a storm. I'm looking ugly on YouTube.
Every time he coughed, it shake my screen. He was like,
Hey man, I'm just not.
The cough heard around the world.
See, I don't know. It's just not looking good over here on my side. Let me see.
Give that man some NyQuil.
Well, no, I ain't trying to go to sleep. I'm not trying to go to sleep.
I'm gonna call CM Punk off then.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna kick him in his ankle. I'm gonna kick him. Like, what are you really gonna do? I'm like, man, what?
We saw somebody else try to target an injury and it didn't work. So
you right. We actually gonna get to that. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, Devin Lee. Cause look, let me scoot up real fast.
Oh shoot, 2K. We sit up.
Bring the camera down just a little bit. Let me scoot the camera back. Bend my laptop down. Maybe not. Maybe just be like that. Okay, that's cool.
Let me turn my neck. Let me get my chin.
Let me lean back. Ugh. All right, here we go. Now I'm ready.
Nick, knack, patty, whack. I'm not gonna finish it. I'm sorry.
You know what? I was gonna respond. I just didn't know how to respond to that. But I know how to respond to that. Hello, all, and welcome to the Heel Turn Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah Jackson Jr. The man looked like he's getting ready to beat somebody up. You know, lifted up his button-up sleeves. You know, got his lights together. He looking good out here. No jewelry, just a button-up shirt. Devin Lee Crimes. Devin, how you doing today?
Out there ready to do that to somebody if they want to cross the boss, Devin Crimes. I can't say that because that's somebody else's name. The boss part, obviously.
Wait, so if they cross who? If they just cross Devin?
The Tasmanian Devin, as they call me at work.
Is it that Taz nickname? Isn't that how Taz got his name?
We ain't worried about that right now.
I'm like, we'll work on it later. Oh, let's get ready to. You know what? I gotta ask you a question. This is an off the cuff question. A lot of people back in the day, this would be a hard question because the way they were now. But you watched In Your House and you watched Hell in a Cell. Which one was better?
Hell in a Cell, definitely.
Yeah, I said back in the day, when NXT was yellow and black, it was some competition. Like we didn't know which pay-per-view was better, which one was going to be better or not. It was some stiff competition there, but yeah. Hell in a Cell wasn't the greatest, but what was your overall thoughts on just this weekend's wrestling?
In Your House, like I said, it was a lot left to be desired, but it wasn't like just dookie boo boo. But Hell in a Cell, on the other hand, it was solid to me. I wasn't expecting too much going into it just because the way the card was put together, but they made it work. It was a really solid opener and a great ending, a shocking great ending.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was all pretty good. In Your House, I fell asleep during Mandy Rose match. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Our brother was holding on strong.
I was still up like the soldier I am.
Yeah, he was
never lost.
He was still there. Maybe he thought he had to review. He was like, man, I'm gonna review this later on, brother. He was like, I gotta write these down. I gotta get this together.
I was supporting my NXT 2.0 fellow people.
You know what? Good. I'll remember that when you fall asleep on Forbidden Door. I'll take that into exception.
Hey, no promises can be made.
Look, the way it looks, I might fall asleep on Forbidden Door. We're gonna get into that too. We're gonna get into that later. But Hell in a Cell. Look, Devin. Hell in a Cell was really good. Bianca, the triple threat match, Bianca, Becky, Asuka, amazing. Just a phenomenal match. Everything after that was pretty much everything after that, besides the main event. And when you go into the main event, you're looking at Cody Rhodes. And when we're talking about, and we're gonna get into And we're gonna get into a lot of stuff. There's a lot to talk about today, especially being injury prone. Devin, I was trying to segue that into saying that we do have an episode called Injury Prone. You know, talking about all the injuries taking place. And unfortunately, this episode, although you're watching this on YouTube, hello YouTube, we're gonna have to name this one Injury Prone Part 2. You know, sadly.
Fortunately.
And unfortunately.
Make sure they caught that part. I didn't want them to be like, you happy over injuries? You sick freak.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what you be rooting for. That's cool. But like, I don't know. Devin could just be sitting there, man. If Cody Rhodes could just land awkwardly, like I just need that in my life right now. I don't know. Obviously, the heel turn doesn't wish injuries or anything bad on nobody. But all day Sunday, it was just Cody Rhodes injured. Cody Rhodes being checked out, torn pec muscle that he had. And it looked like he was going to be, and they said it was clean off the bone. So it was like, it looks like, you know, it was up in the air on whether Cody was going to wrestle or not. The way it was looking, I thought it was a work, obviously. I thought this was just Cody being that almighty babyface superhero guy. And I thought he was, you know, being a jerk for it, being a kind of, I thought that was going to be, I hate this word, but yeah, I thought that would be pathetic, you know? So I thought that would be, you know, pathetic of somebody to throw this injury. I have this injury. Look at me, I'm injured. Oh my God, injury. Y'all know I'm hurting, but I'm going to fight for you people. That's what I do. I'm Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare. You look like a hero for your name to be an American Nightmare. So that's what I was afraid of. That's where my mind went negatively. As soon as he took off that freaking robe, vest, whatever he got on. Oh man. And then, you know, the kendo stick hits. And obviously Seth Rollins is a great worker. I know he was it still hurts. You know, it's still gonna hurt regardless. You know, he got hit with the steps. And it was just, you could tell in the crowd just went silent. It's just everybody everybody was uncomfortable. Put it like that. Devin, your thoughts on Cody Rhodes wrestling through his injury, and your thoughts on just, you know, before the match, just hearing all the news about Cody Rhodes and the injury and will he wrestle, will he not? You know, the whole mystery of it all.
Well, first and foremost, it's always unfortunate to hear anybody suffering an injury, and just hearing throughout the day before the show, like I was just like, what's going to happen? Like, is this, they're just trying to use this to amplify the story a bit more. And like, I hate to be like that, you know, just that's how wrestling is. It's hard to really see between the lines of what is for real and what, you know, may not be. But I'm going to say first, I give nothing but mad respect to that man getting through that match, getting through a Hell in a Cell match. Now, was it the smartest decision? Was it the most healthiest decision? No. But I will say it was a courageous decision on his part. And he didn't have to do that. He could have easily just said, hey, I can't, you know, my stuff torn off the bone. I just can't do it. But for him to just, you know, gut it out, give us that performance he did, and just pretty much just let that unfortunate injury just play into the story of the match, you know, it just added more drama to it. Like, and I hate to just use it and put it like, oh, he was able to, you know, utilize it for, you know, enhancing the story. But that's what it did. And that's what's great about a lot of parts of wrestling, when you can just get something that's legit and just weave it into your story and just you take it to a whole nother level. So like I said, mad respect to Cody Rhodes, man. He didn't have to do what he did, but he gave the show. He could have easily just said, no, I can't. But he didn't. He gutted it out. Like I said, was it the smartest decision? No. But was it a courageous decision on his behalf? I believe so. So mad respect to my man, Cody.
Yeah, mad respect to Cody, but you're stupid. You are stupid. I'm thankful to, you know, have watched you since Legacy days, you know, dashing Cody Rhodes.
I remember when he first came in, he tag teamed with Hardcore Holly, then he turned on
Hardcore Holly, yep.
I remember.
The tag team champions went over to Ted DiBiase, you know, had some hatred for Randy, broke his nose and was like, don't look at me, I'm ugly. Put a mask on.
But he put the paper bag on everybody.
Yeah, put the paper bag, exactly. Like,
Man.
love
We go-
Cody.
We go way back with Cody, man.
Exactly. We know Cody. Exactly. We didn't when he went to hang out with his little friends. You know, that's the Cody everybody knows now. We knew Cody. We knew some Cody Rhodes. But look, it's just the crazy part about this is you didn't have to do this. You really didn't have to do this. I like how they worked around it though. I like it didn't have to be granted it was in a Hell in a Cell. They didn't have to go do the extra mile, and make it, you know, the environment, their whole like, you know, thing, when that makes sense. Usually in a Hell in a Cell, you're banging on the cage. They're getting thrown over on the cage. You're trying to get out. You're climbing up. You know, they're trying to interact. You know, the cages, they're one with the cage. They use the gimmick to their attacks. Cody and Seth didn't do that at all. You know, Cody got out the bell. You know, he got out the straps, doing that Seth, put it on. I'm like, dang, this went from one gimmick match to another. Like, and there was no problem with it because I knew the circumstances. I knew what was going on. Now, if this was just a random match, Cody wasn't injured. He grabbed the straps, put it on. Seth, why would you do that? Like, Seth, get out of there. Like, stupid. But all in all, since we understood the situation of it all, it made sense. And it was fun. I wouldn't call it a fun match. I was terrified throughout the whole time, but at the end of it
was a roller coaster, I would say.
At the end of it, watching Cody breathing, I was like, okay, this is a fun match. Like, I was like, this is a good match. I'm okay with this. Because, you know, Cody's okay. But Devin, he's good. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, no, I just wanted to shout out to Seth Rollins because, I mean, just to be able to, you know, get like a work around an injury like that, be safe. Like, shout out to him, man, because he played his part, and he played his part really well. And it's to be expected. It's Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah, exactly. Even though he can't be Theory in your eyes, you know, Seth freaking Rollins is that guy. So that's Seth Rollins was awesome in this. Obviously, he had to use the injury to his advantage, and it got red. It was all purple at first, and purple got mixed with red, and it's just like I wanted to faint. And I actually watched the video of just the doctor talking about it because I wanted to know was this because I texted Devin about this when Cody Rhodes took off his robe. I was like, dang, that looked like when Triple H, you know, messed up his arm, and it was either a crown. It was in Saudi Arabia. I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, seeing that, man, Cody's is all red. I'm like, I gotta have a doctor tell me this. And Devin, if you watch the same video I saw, this is when I knew. And it was weird because when the doctor actually was like, he was examining Cody's body, pause, and he was like, you see Cody's nipple? He's like, Cody's nipple is lower than his right nipple, the injured one, is lower than the left nipple. And I know, I'm sorry we're talking about nipples here, but I'm trying to explain the injury. And so he was like, that's how you know it was obviously a real injury. It's purple. It was turning red. It's internally bleeding. His nipple just dropped. So it's like he's in trouble now. Like, just the craziness you heard and having a doctor explain it afterwards is just, and knowing that Cody is going to be out for a year. Was it worth it?
Well, I mean, it's tough because I mean, like, he could have just avoided it, but it gave us a real memorable Hell in the Cell.
Well, let me rephrase it. Cody's out for a year, but although he's out for a year, it was going to happen regardless. The doctor said it was torn off the bone. He's going to need surgery. If he does the match, he's not going to, it's just going to be the same.
Yeah, there's no worse you can. That's the thing. Like, Triple H did it like mid-match. So, right. I mean, you try to push through the match based on adrenaline and then just like it's during the match. But for Cody to have it already and have to get psyched up and ready to go into the match knowing your stuff torn off, that's even more insane.
He did a springboard cutter and he landed on the torn pec. Like, just like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, is it, well, that's just my question. Knowing that it couldn't get any worse, you're going to be out for a year regardless. Was it worth it?
It's tough to tell. It's
would you if it was you?
If it was me,
you had the decision. Would you wrestle or would you say screw it? I'm going home.
Given that there was no more damage I could have done to it, I would have done it.
You would have wrestled
if I couldn't do nothing else worse to it. if I can still, get through the match as he, that's tough. But like if it's already the damage is done, it's not like I'm gonna tear it even more. It's already off the bone. What else can I do?
Seth Rollins came out in Eastern Standard Time. Seth Rollins came out at 7:30. I said, Devin, if Cody Rhodes is injured, this is gonna be a 30-minute match. Devin, look me in my eyes and tell me, with a torn pectoral muscle, you're going to put on a 30-minute banger.
I'm going to look you dead in your eyes and say, yes.
I'm going to look you in your eyes and say, there's no way I'm going out there. Look,
I mean, granted, I'm just saying like obviously right now I couldn't. But like I said, it's just given that injury, the way they've always said it, like, ain't nothing else you can do to it. Like, I mean, once it's torn off. It's if it's a tear and it's a, possibility of you tearing it a bit more. And once it's off the bone, I mean, the most damage you could do to it is done. Like I said, was it the smartest decision to go out there? No, but it's courageous.
I'm not courageous. I'm sorry. I'm in pain. Pain tops courageous. I'm sorry.
He wanted to make sure everybody got what they paid for.
Like, Isaiah, lift your right arm. Yep. Nope. Get me on that plane, Vince. I'm sorry. I ain't going to be here. But I would have been like, what is this? Hell in a Cell? How much you let me compare this WrestleMania check to this Hell in a Cell check, and let me see if I'm gonna lift my arm up for Seth Rollins. No, I'm sorry. That's just that I'm not, and I'm speaking money-wise because all the pain you have to go through in that. This wasn't SummerSlam. This wasn't WrestleMania. This wasn't Survivor Series. And I don't even think nobody would do that for Survivor Series. This wasn't the Royal Rumble. Like this is where Royal Rumble, Battle Royals are where you can hide injuries. Where there's a bunch of guys, gobbled up in a space in a one ring. You can hide an injury like that. So this isn't this super fantastic match. This wasn't no championship match. This was just for you to beat Seth Rollins for a third time. Me personally, I gotta disagree. It wasn't worth it at all. Like, granted, yes, you are gonna be gone for a year. You're gonna be gone the same amount of time. But I'm sorry, you're not gonna have me roll all over this and have me suffering. Why would no? Because think about it. Before we were entertained, we were terrified. I'm not gonna put nobody through that. That's me. That's just me. That's just Isaiah. That's Izzy talking.
I hate to sound cynical with it though, but it enhanced the drama though. Yeah, I know, like I hate to say like I'm using this man's body as a tool, like, but it gave me more thrill. It made me more scared. But that's the only plus I really can give it. It's a horrible injury, but given them circumstance, given the type of performer he is, he dug down deep for us.
And I appreciate it, Cody, but please, and for everybody else listening, don't do this.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the bottom line of it all. Like, don't, just because I'm saying it was a courageous thing to do, don't mean that it should never happen again.
Yeah.
The next time this happened, it's fine. Like, just literally, it's not worth it.
You know what?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm just saying, I'm only saying like because it played out the way it did, and he's gonna go have surgery, and I'm hoping he has a great recovery. But at the end of the day, don't ever do that again. I will personally come back there and be like, man, hold up, you're not getting past me.
Well, let's go across the street real fast. Well, I'm gonna close this out by saying Cody Rhodes is going to undergo surgery on June 9th. That's this Thursday, and he'll be out for a year. If not a year, half a year, 9 months max. So I'm just throwing it out there. We wish Cody Rhodes the best, a speedy recovery. And again, thank you. That's all I can really say. Just thank you for yesterday. You didn't have to do it, but you did it. So thank you. Let's go across the street because Jeff Hardy came out and said that he was concussed during his match against the Young Bucks. And it was in the beginning of the match. And he said it got to the point where he didn't even know where he was at. And they pretty much had to walk him through the match itself. Triple H stopped Daniel Bryan's match The minute Daniel Bryan hit his head, and they found out he was concussed, Triple H had to call it, and he called it from backstage because the referee, quote unquote, called off the match. Daniel Bryan had to go to the back and have a talk with Triple H, who called off the match because he was like, "You're concussed. There's no way we're going to finish this." Knowing why isn't this a bigger problem? Why isn't nobody, coming out and saying, why isn't this a big deal, Devin? I know this is just there's no right or wrong answer. I just want to know this. You're looking at AEW. His brother Matt, Sammy Guevara, threw a freaking chair at his head. He landed on concrete both times and finished matches. And where concussions are taken insanely seriously, and nowadays, why isn't this getting talked about? We're hearing Cody Rhodes, we're hearing everybody else, but we're not hearing no controversy off of Jeff Hardy finishing a match off of being heavily concussed. But your thoughts on it?
No, it definitely needs to be talked about, and attention needs to be brought to it because it's very serious, and it's very serious in terms of the fact that in every match, your biggest goal, given everything you're doing, like extreme as crazy as it can be, you want to protect each other in that ring, outside the ring, because you're in it together. It's a team effort all around. And so that's the biggest priority. So it's just, if you're concussed, obviously you can't, a lot of people can't just function at a regular daily job with a concussion. So you want to go in a ring where it's high risk maneuvers and just anything can happen anytime. You got to be sharp on all points. Like you putting your other competitors in danger. It's because you're not fully there. So no, it's not a good thing at all. It's something that does need to be just brought attention to. And it has to be like that proactive, like move, like, hey, he can't, he can cuss, like call it, and I know people want to be like, oh, I got it. No, you're going to put other people at risk as well. It's not just you. That's, you may accidentally not know what this guy want to do. And next thing you know, anything, man. It's like even people get hurt and just dangerously injured just being on top of their game. So if you're not, it's not you really playing with fire. So no, it's very horrible when to hear that, that he had to do that. And I'm like, no, somebody should have just been like, yeah, no, we can't. Somebody, I don't know. Like I said, I know it's difficult being like in the midst of it, but you got to do something because you want to keep everybody safe at the end of the day. That's the main priority.
Listen to this. I'm quoting Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy was nearly knocked out. His words, nearly knocked out, and says he has no memory of the match whatsoever. And he's going to be gone for a minute, obviously. But still, Tony Khan. And you know what's crazy? I had to dig for that because the only thing that popped up when you see Jeff Hardy is him talking about why Tony Khan told him no to have different music for his entrances. Like that's the only thing that's popping up right now. There's nothing coming up about Tony Khan or his decision to have Jeff Hardy still wrestle heavily concussed. No recollection of what's going on. He's already moving slow as it is. Devin, my answer is yes. You already know. Should Jeff Hardy retire?
I'd say no. I would say he doesn't need to retire. I will say he needs to alter his style heavily because he can't keep doing that. I'm just saying he don't have to go, just wrap it all up, put the boots away. But he's gonna have to adapt because you just can't keep putting your body through years upon years of that type of damage and just continue to think you're gonna be. We want to see Jeff Hardy be able to ride out on the sunset perfectly fine. We don't want to look and be like, man, if he only just changed it up a little bit. Then that's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say he just don't have nothing left. I just say I don't want to see Jeff Hardy just constantly every week giving me just high risk maneuvers and everything. It's not needed anymore. We've seen it for decades already. So and it's solidified into his legacy of what he does. So it's not necessarily like, oh, he not living up to who Jeff Hardy is. No, Jeff Hardy is getting older like we all do. So, and like I said, we want him to be able to be healthy towards the end of it. We want him to be able to look back and be like, I'm good. So no, it's just really a thing of just, can he just alter his wrestling style a bit? Maybe just put some more, just less like high flying maneuvers. It's just not really worth it at that age, anymore, because you're not going to be able to bounce back from injuries that you may have 10 years ago.
Right. I mean, maybe he shouldn't retire, but maybe you should just sit down for a minute. Just sit down for a minute.
Just figure out another role that you can lend your abilities to.
Yes, do something. Just do something. I just want him to do something else. Maybe I just want him to do something else. That's all. I just want this man to do something else. Devin, I got a list of names. Let's just get started with this now. We got Bryan Danielson. We got Adam Cole. We got Jeff Hardy, Kenny Omega, CM Punk. And then you go across the street, a little bit of Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, he's in and out right now. We don't know what's going on. He already signed a contract for, he's a seasonal guy. We're just gonna seasonally see him. And even Roman Reigns, I probably even missed it. And now we have Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is added to the list. Everybody that I named off is injured. And it's gonna be gone for a question. We don't know how long. Now some might be in for a speedy recovery, Adam Cole, Jeff Hardy, maybe CM Punk after surgery. But everybody, the list I just named off, what's going on here? What's happening here? Like, it's just your opinion. What's your thoughts on these injuries?
Well, they're obviously just unfortunate, but just to have so many back to back like that, I hate to just say that it's, given like that, just crazy extreme style that they have, but because injuries can happen anywhere. You can have maybe a solid regular, just nothing crazy match and still get hurt. But it's unfortunate. And, obviously once it happens, It's just the thing of just looking forward, glass half full, just looking at, hey, I'm gonna come back eventually. Like, it can't rain forever at the end of the day. And I just look at it as a way of like other talent, like, hey, this is your time to step up. Unfortunately, you hate to just be like, that's how my opportunity came. Somebody had to get hurt, but you got to make the most of it as much as you can. Either, I'm speaking for those who are injured, those who are going to have to maybe step up to fill up that, pick up that slack of those superstars that are wrestlers that are gone. But just back-to-back injuries like that is tough. And we get into the summer when you get these bigger summer shows and everything, people want to come out. It's tough, but like, it happens. It's unfortunate. And I just wish everybody a full recovery and everybody can get back to where they left off on.
I missed off 3 names. Those 3 names aren't injured, but we don't know when we're going to see them again. 2 of those are Sasha and Naomi. Sasha Banks and Naomi. We don't know when they're coming back. We don't know if they will come back. So that's just a waiting game in itself. Next one, we are just up in the air with this MJF situation. We don't know if we're getting worked. We don't know if we don't know if this is all a shoot. We don't know if we're getting worked into a shoot, brother. Like, I don't know what's happening in that MJF situation, but we know this for a fact. We're not going to see that man wrestle for a minute. But the way this is going on, he ain't going to wrestle this week. Probably won't wrestle next week. We don't know what's going on. Just the list of inactive wrestlers that I named right now, which is why I said we might fall asleep on Forbidden Door. Because I'm like, who is there to, who's there to kick down that door? Nobody. I mean, the people from New Japan is going to be kicking down this door, but who they going to fight? So it's just looking at that. Bryan Danielson, he's out for 1 to 2 weeks. But so that's not bad. Wishing him a speedy recovery as well. Hoping it's 3 days, wishing best of luck. But it's just stuff like that. What do you think about all these inactives? Like, you're saying step up, but who is there to really, because the names I just named off hold weight. Big weight, heavy weight. So it's just your thoughts. Do you think AEW and WWE have that talented of a roster to hold that weight, or are we just going to be watching some boring Raw, AEW, and SmackDown for the next couple months?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, those are heavy names, but it's not an easy task. I won't say that. I won't say it is at all. But You know, it's like when your back is against the wall, you're gonna have to push back. And I say that in terms of just WWE and the AEW. Their backs against the wall with like their lesser, bigger name talent. And they, you know, you got to make with what you can do. Like, because there's nothing you can do about these injuries. It's unfortunate. It's a part of the sport. It's just, it happens. It's unfortunate. But like I said, I look at it, it's a tough task, like I said, but it could lead to opportunities for things you probably would have never thought you would see if so-and-so maybe wasn't in the picture. Like I said, I hate to say that circumstances will bring that particular moment to come, but in that moment, you're going to have to do what you got to do. And like just like legit, like this reflects a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of things you just can't control, but you just going to have to keep rolling with the ball. I say that, but it's not easy at all.
Yeah, one person that they need to control is MJF himself.
That's tough.
Right now, he's getting edited out of TBS and TNT spots, you know, in the intros. Everything from him has been pulled.
All out of the videos.
Yeah, all out the videos. You know, all out on stage. You know, without a microphone. Microphone ain't working. You know, he's just MJF's down bad right now. He ain't even down bad, to be honest. He wants to get from the way it looks, you know, from receiving 10 power bombs to afterwards pretty much spewing hatred on, you know, on Wednesday.
Entertaining hatred.
Yeah, just, oh my God. And it was amazing. If you haven't seen that MJF promo, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. But, you know, he's off the AEW roster. What's happening here? Obviously, I think that the promo was a work shoot. I feel like he said everything he needed to say, but obviously they would have been cut his mic off a long time ago. So, you know, there is some cooperation here, but it's just how far is this cooperation going? What do you think is going on here? Do you think MJF is really good, like pushing his way out of AEW? Do you think he's getting out of AEW? Or do you think this is just one big work? Or do you think, what do you think? What does Devin Crimes think? Because he look like he thinking hard. I can see the smoke coming out your head.
I'm trying. It's hard. That's MJF, man. He makes these type of things tough because he's so in character. Like even at a signing, like he's just, little kids. Like, what do you want? Hey, go on, get on my face. He's just constantly just MJF. I'm not saying like all the time. Like I can't just see him being just a jerk 24/7. Because how would you get in anywhere? But it's tough. I want to say that this is possibly a huge work. All hands on deck. Take everybody for a ride that they won't forget, that type of stuff. Let's get everybody on board, TBS, TNT, the whole Warner Brothers Discovery people. And let's just let everybody just lose their mind as we're doing now. We did last week. And I know that's a far little, ball to throw, but I just feel that just knowing MJF, knowing the genius of that man, that he could that's possibly something he could pull out of his hat and be like, look, we got a legit issue here. I need more money and I need it now because I'm worth a whole lot more than you signed me. I'm doing a whole lot more than these guys you paying more money to. It's a lot of truth to what he said last week. And the thing is, he could just be like I said. I ain't say could be. I'm just gonna say it's a word. I'll say it's like I said, all hands on deck type of thing. Like take his name off the roster, take his name out of this and that, take his out of the video packages, make it a big deal that it's like Warner Brothers Discovery is upset. Just all hands on deck. And if that's the case, like I said, that's some crazy stuff. And I just hope the talent backstage is on board with it as well. I hate for them to be in the dark knowing that,
It don't sound like it.
You don't think so?
From what everybody is, no, I'm talking about just the very last thing you said, not your whole thing, but the very last thing you said, because every report that's coming out is saying why is MJF getting this treatment? If we knew, why isn't nobody else knowing this is a work or not? What did they say? They said if MJF was like this in real life, he wouldn't have that many friends, saying that he turns it off. He turns his character off. But then again, it's like nobody in AEW has nothing to be upset about with MJF. He could talk better than literally all of you guys, for starters. And he could wrestle really good. He can wrestle really good. He's not the greatest wrestler, but he can wrestle really good. So yeah, he can talk and he can back it up. That's better than 90% of the AEW superstars, the roster right there. And he's probably not getting paid as much as them. Neither. So yeah, it's just the fact of how are you getting back? How are you getting back in? Because if you're locked in until 2024 and this is we're all getting worked, how is this going to play out? Is it just randomly, we're just going to get a notification one day, MJF and Tony Khan come to an agreement. And then MJF's going to have a promo. Look, this is recorded. I'm going to tell you how this plays out. We're going to get a notification one day. Tony Khan and MJF has reached an agreement deal where they're not going to say how much the deal is. Not yet. We're going to find out later on throughout the weeks. But he's going to say they're going to reach an agreement. MJF's going to have a promo the next week on Dynamite. He's going to talk about, me and Tony Khan reached the deal. It's going to be like a kind of shoot-ish promo. And then he's going to be like, well, I'm back. And now who's going to, I'm ready to step up. He's going to go off on a little streak. I'm not going to say he's going to go on a title run, but I feel like that's how they're going to kind of shoo him back in. We're going to get a notification for freaking Dave Meltzer, from Sean Ross Sapp, Denise Salcedo. We're gonna get some. Don't smile when I say her name. I'm sorry. Look.
You always gotta put me on the spot. All I did was I just showed a smile of respect. See, look at that.
A smile of respect. Look at that. A smile of respect. I ain't never heard of that. A smile of respect. He said, man, I saw this fine girl in the mall, so I gave her a smile of respect.
Smile of respect. Like, hey.
We need more Devins out here. Look.
I'm saying a lot by saying nothing.
You know what? You got a point there. You definitely got a point there. But look, that's how I see this. That's how I see that playing out. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them notifications, like on even Bleacher Report. MJF, Tony Khan reached an agreement. It's like on like sports, like ESPN, stuff like that. So that's how I see that turning off. But I do think we're all being worked, but I don't know if both parties are agreeing with how they want to work.
Like I said, MJF is just such a genius in professional wrestling that that's hard to gauge it. And that's perfect. Sometimes we don't want to know everything. We want to be surprised. We want to be like, oh, so that was like that the whole time?
Right, I'm saying. Devin, look, there's one more thing we have to get into before I hit you with the hardest trivia quiz of all time. That's what it's named. But reading these questions, I don't think it is. Vince McMahon was not behind Stephanie's leave of absence. And so Bleacher Report had this reported, and it said that Stephanie is being replaced in her corporate role as part of a shakeup executive. Let me reread that because Isaiah can't read right now. Bleacher Report reported that Stephanie is being replaced in her corporate role as part of a shakeup executed by her father, Vince McMahon, the organization's 76th CEO. So she's going to be gone for a minute, but if she doesn't return, her role is going to be a little bit different. And even saying that, Jeff Jarrett over the last week, he got the phone call, Vince McMahon, hit him with the, hey pal, you up? The phone call. So did you just muted yourself? You muted yourself.
Oh, it was an accident.
Oh my God.
Vinny Mac makes mistakes, but I had to hit up my brother Jarrett. Get him a job.
Yeah, and even then, Jeff Jarrett has an executive role. Devin, your thoughts on it all? You think Stephanie's obviously going to come back. She's a McMahon. But then again, we seen one McMahon get fired already. So is this really, let's just say it like this, is this really that big of a deal?
In the history of, I'm not going to do that. They're deep behind the scenes of WWE, but it's hard for me to read too much into it. It's tough because me personally, until I don't take it too big of a deal. It's just because like I said, it's so far back that like it's hard for me to gauge like
Well, we actually got a quote from a company insider, and this is from Dave Meltzer. So, this I'm like, this is legit. They said we weren't seeing that growth. When someone is moved out of a company, it's usually the result of something not working. We took stronger control of that a few months ago. So it just wasn't working with Stephanie McMahon. Obviously, Devin, obvious question. Are we going to see her back?
I want to say no.
What?
I'm just kidding. Nah, she a McMahon. She gonna definitely be coming back. I can't see them. Like, I mean, Shane ain't gonna be back at some point. It's gonna be water under the bridge. I know it sound horrible, but look, that's they family though. I can't see a huge fallout like that where it's like, we've seen people outside the family do just egregious things, say horrible stuff, and still be coming back shaking hands. And I'm not trying to say like just everything in life just put it up water under the bridge, but like I said, when it comes to them as a family, I can't see her being just legit like that's it out the door. Stephanie McMahon will never be back inside the doors of WWE. So no, I believe she'll be back. And the whole thing of like they weren't seeing the progress that they wanted out of her position. I don't know where they're basing that time frame from. I mean, she was going through a whole lot with her husband, obviously Triple H, with everything he had to go through. So I won't just necessarily put it on just, her job. She was lacking in, with the progress they wanted to make, and she's out of the door and she won't be back. She'll definitely be back. She gonna need time to be with her family anyway. They've been through some tough stuff. And that's how I'll leave that on that.
Exactly. And as always, wishing for the best for both parties. Look, if Stephanie wants to be home, be with the family, let her be with the family. She want to come back to work, come back to work. Vince McMahon, same way. You want to bring your daughter in, bring your daughter in. You don't bring her in, we're going to talk crap about you. Like, it is what it is. Like, pick your poison. Obviously, you don't care. You're a billionaire. You make way more money than us.
Money.
But Devin, let me hit you with this quiz.
All right.
I got 10 questions for you. After this, we'll close out the show in proper fashion. Devin, I gotta throw the hard questions at you. What at No Mercy 2007? Who did the Great Khali lose to? Who did he lose in the Punjabi prison match? The first Punjabi prison match. Who did he lose his World Heavyweight Championship to? No Mercy 2007.
I'm going to say
you can definitely ask me to read that question again because I definitely ruined it.
Okay, one more time then. Hit me one more time.
Who did the Great Khali lose his World Heavyweight Championship to in a Punjabi prison match at No Mercy in 2007? There's only been a limited number of Punjabi prison matches, so it's like the people are limited.
Batista.
Final answer?
Give me a sec.
Oh my goodness.
Dang, some tough stuff, man. I remembered it. I just came up. Crap. I'm gonna have to just go ahead and just shoot and just believe in myself. Batista,
final answer?
Yes.
It's Batista.
I never doubted myself for a second.
Man, I can't believe you, man.
Look at that. I never had any doubt, man. I got Devin Lee Crosby, man. Quit playing.
There's 4 championships. Which of these championships have Jeff Hardy never won? The European title, the Hardcore title, the IC title, or the Cruiserweight title?
The first title was the European title, you said, right?
Yep. European title, Hardcore title, Intercontinental Championship, and Cruiserweight Championship.
I know people gonna be like, well, it's wild that Devin will say this, but nah, dang, it's tough. Dang, Jeff Hardy, what the heck did you not win out of that? I'm gonna say Cruiserweight.
You're right.
Okay.
You're right.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm like, it's okay. Breathe. Because I don't think you're getting this next one. Who won the King of the Ring in 2000?
2000, the winner of the King of the Ring, I want to say was dang 2000. What the heck won that thing in 2000? Dang. Wow. Okay. Edge.
Edge? It was not Edge. It was Kurt Angle.
Oh, Kurt, man. Dang it.
Yeah. Look at that.
I knew I should have drank some milk this morning, man.
Let me see. I'm trying to find an easier one. Not an easier one. Who did Andre the Giant beat in a body slam challenge? Was it King Kong Bundy, Hulk Hogan, Big John Studd, or Yokozuna? This was who Andre the Giant beat.
Big John Studd.
Yeah, that is correct. I was like, yeah, we're 3 for 4. 3 for 4 right now.
Quit playing with your boy, man. Look at that. Hit me. I feel like I'm at a dealer's table. I'm like, hit me.
Hit me. I'm ready. Man, look, who has won the most Royal Rumbles and how many?
Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I believe Stone Cold Steve Austin has won. I got this. Stone Cold has won 3.
He has.
Look at that.
What are you, 4 for 5?
Oh!
4 for 5 right now, I think, or 3 for 4. I think you're 4 for 5.
4 for 5.
Let me
I've
see if
only
I
got
can.
one.
Here goes a hard one. Judgment Day 2008. What was the stipulation for Triple H and Randy Orton? And it doesn't give me multiple choice, so you're just up in the air for this one.
No type of help, huh? I'm gonna say 2008 Triple H and Randy Edge. Judgment Day.
Judgment Day 2008.
Is it a I Quit match?
Final answer?
Yes.
It was a steel cage match. It was a steel cage match.
I'm breaking my shirt for nothing.
There's a multiple choice. What are you? What was that? What, 5 for 7?
I want to say that was 4 for 6.
4 for 6?
Yeah.
4 for 6? Good. Thank you. Look at that. I mean, no, this man knows. This man definitely knows. How tall is Hornswoggle? 4 foot, 4'4", 5'3", or 5'4"? I'm gonna rename the heights.
Thank you.
How tall is Hornswoggle? Is he 4 foot? Is he 4'4"? Is he 5'3"? Or is he 5'4"?
I'm gonna say 4'3".
4'3"? No, it's 4 foot or 4'4".
Oh, sorry.
4'4"?
Yes. Like Wendy's.
You're funny because that is correct.
Look at that. See, every time I pull up to Wendy's, I be like, let me get that 444. I don't even say 444. I say 444. And they know exactly what I come in here for. Oh, I'm done. I had to get my little Wendy's spill, but we ain't throwing out that, just know that's where I sometimes make. You know what?
So
444.
So that is 5 for 7 now.
Look at that.
It's about to be 6 for 8 because this is a home run right here. What is the name of the tag team of The Rock and Mankind?
The Rock and Sock Connection.
Yes, sir.
Hey, better swing. Quit playing. I'm looking like Tim Anderson out here, man. Quit playing.
I was gonna ask you a stupid question. That was gonna be a stupid question. Let me see. I'm trying to phrase this the right way without, you know what? I ain't gonna ask that question. I ain't gonna answer that question. I ain't gonna answer that.
Everything.
Who was the Raw GM after Vicky Guerrero? after her firing?
Oh, after Vicky got fired. AJ Lee.
Wow. I'm impressed.
Light it up.
I am impressed.
Man, see, people be thinking, see, man, I told you. I be trying to tell people.
What do you be trying to tell people?
This ain't no game. This is stuff I used to be late to school almost for this stuff, man, trying to get my facts straight. So when I came to lunch, everybody knew what was up.
Dang, you just showed what table you sat at. And I was like,
exactly. I was head of the table back in the day. You could ask. They may not give you facts because they be hating, but it's okay. I used to almost be like, I got a school project due tomorrow, but John Cena and CM Punk throwing on a banger on Raw. That project can wait. This match ain't going. No, this is history. I'm like, this project gonna get done. I'm gonna be sleepy when I get back. But look, when I was sitting in that class turning in my project, I'm like, man, John Cena and CM Punk did a banger. That's how you know I've been in this grind for years.
I just want to finish this quiz, Lord. That's all I want. I just wanted to start this quiz. Look, I got you. with these last two. Who was the first overall draft pick in the first WWE draft?
The first overall draft pick was The Rock.
It was
The Rock. Look at that. If you're some man, what the Devin was cooking. Quit playing with your boy. I got the Crisco and the pie, and we popping it out here all day.
Last one. What year did WrestleMania officially debut?
1985.
This dude a nerd. Look, I gotta give it to him.
I'm gonna be legit with you. I ain't even going because I know somebody catch me. That was the question that was in the last quiz, honestly, and I got it wrong the first time. But
was. See, look at you.
The second time it hit me, I didn't let it catch me slipping. That's all I'm good. See, I got it wrong for a reason before.
Oh, that's a lie. That is a lie. I don't know what quiz this. I don't know what person was doing this, but let me get out of that one because that was an idiotic question.
Some hot dog water.
That question, no, it was probably worse than hot dog water. Man. It was just bad. That question is stupid. Wow. Who is the only WWE stupid? I can't say that.
That was close.
The Miz tied this WWE superstar for the most Intercontinental Championship reigns. The Miz tied him. Who is this superstar?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Even though it's my favorite championship of all time, the Devin Crown. I should know this, man. Dang, they ain't got no, they ain't got no little choices for you, boy. They ain't got no choices.
No.
Dang, it's all good. We don't need no help.
I'll tell you something. He still wrestled.
He's still wrestling. Okay. Oh shit, this is really tough. Okay, you said he tied this man for the most reigns of the IC title.
Yep, with 8. The Miz probably got more than that now.
I'm going to say Chris Jericho.
Final answer?
Yes.
It was Chris Jericho.
Are you kidding me?
It was Chris Jericho.
I just threw that one in the air. I'm going to be legit with you. I was trying to think back to that DVD I had. See, look,
I'm going to start going by the years. I'm going to be like, what year did John Cena tear his ACL and had to require it? Like, I would start asking some off-the-wall questions.
Oh, look, see, man, if WWE was a class, I would have had straight A's, man.
You're right. We're going to try this on Thursday? Yeah, you finna go 0 for 10. I'm sorry. I'm finna pull out some foolishness on you.
They be doubting me, but
before I pull some foolishness out, can you do it first with the last thing you want to say with the audience?
Sure, I can do that. Just like I just murdered this wrestling quiz because, I told y'all this is not a gimmick. This is legit. This is me. This is Devin Lee Crimes Jr. It's all true fear. It's all facts. It's all real. I'm like MJF, I make you feel. But I'm not gonna be long, as I always say, and I'm gonna be a man of my word today. Like I said, In Your House, it was okay. Left a little bit to be desired, but it is what it is, and I'll get into that tomorrow. Hell in a Cell was pretty impressive from the fiery start to the shocking ending. And I'm gonna just say, everybody be safe. And if it ain't worth it, don't do it. And I'm gonna hand it back to my partner, co-host, the man who's out there in the desert with the cactuses, no Jack around. If you got that reference, then you got it. Isaiah Jackson, It Never Rains in Arizona, Jr.
Thank you, Devin Lee Crimes. Look, you know what? I'm gonna just, that's how I'm gonna end the show. I'm gonna end the show with Devin. Give us the recap, man. You know what it is. The Hell in a Cell. It was on today. The Hell in a Cell was really good.
That'd be my conclusion of the paper. No, just kidding.
That'd be the conclusion. He said. So that's what I'd be like. I'd be like, Devin, what did you got to say? So in conclusion, he said. So in conclusion, listen to the heel turn. Look, thank you all for watching on YouTube. Thank you all for listening. This will drop Tuesday. So be on the lookout for that. Might drop on Y110 too, depending on how Thursday looks. But thank you so much